Today we're finally getting back to putting up alfalfa hay. Right now there's still quite a bit of dew. You can see my boots are getting wet walking through the grass, and so we're not in quite a hurry because the alfalfa that's laying on the ground right now is a little moist and it wouldn't be a good time to flip it. And so I'm gonna start hooking up the 7520 to the rake over there, and then I'm gonna spread it out and grease it because it's been so long. It's been a couple weeks since we put up hay last, and I don't even know how many acres have been on it since our last grease. I don't know when the last time we greased it was. So I'm gonna back that up, hook up, unfold it, grease it, and then just wait around for a while for this dew to get lifted up. The rake's all greased up, the tractor has fuel in it, and so we're ready to go. Just gotta wait for this dew to lift. You can see this stuff is still really wet, so it'll probably be at least an hour, and then we'll get that stuff flipped. It was cut, would have been I think 5 days ago, and it's gotten 2 rains on it, both of them only 1/1500ths each, so it's not too big of a deal. Of course we wish it didn't happen at all. On this piece of ground we're going to today, this will be our last cutting off of it because it's getting late in the season, and unfortunately it's only going to be the second cutting because the rain was pushing us back so far, and we still even have grass hay that needs cut yet. In South Dakota, in our area, our cutoff date is around September 1st, September 10th, because if you cut alfalfa around or after that time, it's very possible that you'll get a frost, and if that alfalfa hasn't gotten enough carbohydrates back into the root, it won't come up, it won't have enough energy next year to come back up. Taking off to the alfalfa, and it's about 5 miles away from our place. We rent this ground from a good friend of ours. It's actually 3 different patches of it. In one field, there's 3 strips of alfalfa, and then there's another like 20-acre field, and then another about 15-20 acre field. So there's probably around 50 acres of alfalfa that we're gonna get done today. I'm gonna start with those 3 strips, and they're on the east side of the road. Checking out the alfalfa. The bottom, it's pretty green. I can feel it's damp. The top's really dry. And so right now it's a little too wet, but later in the day, by the time I get to those fields back there, it's gonna be too dry and we're gonna be losing leaves. And so we're gonna start, and at some point the conditions will be as good as they're gonna get, but we gotta start when it's a little too wet and when it's a little too dry. About 3 or 4 passes worth on this one. See, there's about 6 or 8 rows, and then there's about 6 or 8 over there and another 8 at the end. So that's only about 12 passes total right here, and then I'll be over to those other 2 fields. There it is. I saw a big rock that the rake picked up. I didn't think it'd go through the baler very well, so I hopped out and grabbed it. You're welcome, Dad. So I'm getting done with this first strip here, and it took about 30 minutes, and so I have about an hour left on this side of the road, and then it'll probably take me about another 3.5, maybe 4 hours to do that other side of the road. I'm finishing up the last pass of this 3rd strip of alfalfa, and that's a big bump. And then I'll just head across the road and I'll start working on that south field over there. It's a little bit bigger than the north field. I could see definitely on the drone. I'm not quite sure exactly how many acres are out there. The wind's starting to pick up, and so it'll help dry out these windrows the rest of the way. That field only took about 18 seconds, so that was nice. Now I'll just have to finish up this last field. I'm working on the last pass around the outside, and I've got down at the end and right here done. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna hop in because the gate's right here. And then once I get done with that, I'll come back out and I'll head back around. And then the gate to get out of here is back in that corner. So I'm gonna start working on this, and then I'll be done for the day. It looks like the hay's pretty dry, and so I'm sure Dad can start working on that stuff up north there that I started with earlier today. What are those things? So right now my uncle is cutting 2 of our smaller fields of alfalfa, and those are 3rd cuttings. Like I was saying, we're only gonna be able to get a 2nd cutting off this, but we got in those other fields early enough to where we'll get 3 cuttings off them. And then after that, you know, they'll be drying, and we're gonna wait a couple days because there's potential for some rain on Thursday. I think today's Tuesday, and after Thursday we're hoping the forecast will be showing clear skies and sunshine, and then we'll get our 3rd cutting of alfalfa off our big 70-acre field of alfalfa. And we were saving that one because it's bigger than the other 2, and we were thinking if something's gonna get rained on, it might as well not be our big field.
Nothing got a deed to the land, but it ain't my ground. This is God's country.
Well, for the most part, I'm done. I just got this little grass patch up here to rake up, and then I'll head over to the baler and I'll get some drone video of that and see how Dad's doing. I just got to this 3rd strip of alfalfa on that first field I was in, and so it shouldn't take him too much longer to get across the road. He's only got 3.5 passes left. These bales are looking pretty good. When Dad's wrapping a bale with net wrap, that bale's sitting there spinning and the leaves are getting crunchy if they're really dry, and then when he dumps it, there's usually a pile of leaves right on the other side of the bale. And I don't know which way he was facing, but looking on both sides, there's not a pile of leaves, and so there must be still enough moisture. It's only about 72 degrees out here. It's really nice out. There's a little bit of a breeze, but yeah, it has a little bit of moisture to it, but it's not too dry, it's not too wet, and so I think we have excellent baling conditions. Dad just started baling across the road and as he's finishing up that field and starting the other one, I'm gonna be grabbing these new bales that he just baled off these 3 strips, and I'm gonna start lining them up. There's a couple, you can see there's 3 right there, 3 over there. I'm just gonna start filling up those rows. He said there's only about 20 bales over here, so it'll take me a short amount of time. Well, we got a lot done today. Dad's about finished up with that first full field, and I just got done moving those bales, and so I'm gonna hook up, put the pin in, and I'm gonna head home. Like I was saying earlier, we got some hay on the ground now. We're gonna be cutting some more, and so I'll have a couple more videos of haying, and then we'll be done haying, and then we'll kind of transition into more cattle stuff, bringing them home, weaning calves. Before that, we'll be going into harvest, and we'll be taking out our beans, taking out our corn. We also got some millet we gotta hay, and so these upcoming months, they're still gonna be really busy. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. See you later.